they've done you dirty. There's nothing you could have done. Again, you probably created this situation for yourself, but there's nothing you could have done this season because that is the storyline that they made up for you. Who is the biggest liar? I don't know. I think all of them. Um, and by the way, your friend, Pedantry, you were so shocked. She's so shocked that you told this lie, whatever. It's not about that. And I'm not even blaming her, but Jem Pedantry is going to choose her $300,000 $400,000 salary in her next season when she comes back over you. It's not a real friendship. You're gone. She sees the writing and she's like, I'm not going down with this ship because you're leaving. You're never going to be back. So I'm going to speak up now because I want to come back next season. So of course, Pedantry chooses the others in the show over you. So I think the whole thing is fake in that sense that it is producer setup. You're the scapegoat. I just have a problem with the actual lie detector test because um, I don't believe it was real. I don't know. It was a real lie detector test. These are all the results, and everyone did well except Katie. I don't know. I don't really buy it. I mean, do we just pretend to hook people up to something? Anyway, that's my problem with this whole lie detector thing. And it's from last week, but it kept me up at night. Okay. We'll talk about the episode this week tomorrow on Patreon. Juicy Joe has a plea, which is very quickly. Did you see uh, this happened a few weeks ago too, but it just came to my attention. Someone sent me some clips from Gia, Junior G. You know her, Junior G. She has a podcast. I guess some of you listen to. Whatever happened to Gia's side podcast about a sorority? By the way, slip into my DMs. I do podcast consulting, business consulting. My best advice to anyone that has a successful podcast, don't ever have a second one. I knew this, but I sometimes, unless I do something. I said, maybe I could have a second podcast. No, your podcast is like real estate. If you have a successful podcast and there's real estate on the internet that people are flocking to, you just put out 5, 10, 3, one more episode. If you have time on your hands, you never start a second podcast. You just do another episode, whether it's 10 episodes a week, like I'm at 9. I'll do another one every week if I really feel like we need to put another penny in my pocket. Never have a second podcast. It doesn't make sense financially. So, I mean, especially if you're not at a podcast company, you'll never make money, people. All of you at podcast companies should call me and quit and go solo because you can make 10 times the amount of money you're making now if you took my tutelage. But Junior G and her, whatever happened to that sorority podcast, which, girl, your podcast is in such an infant state. I don't know why you're starting a second one, but Juicy was at her podcast and, blah, blah, same old thing. I want to be back in the US, blah, 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 blah. But Gia, who reads the questions because she doesn't do her own research, someone does it for her and then she reads off a teleprompter, says, would you ever consider getting back with my mom if Louis wasn't in the picture? It was like, well, that's a interesting question. You certainly didn't think of that yourself. But then Juicy says, well, listen, I'll always be your mom's friend no matter what. You know what I mean? Well, we do know what you mean because you've been on this podcast about 5 times, Juicy, and everything is, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. I mean, I'll always be the same with her no matter what. We actually don't know what you mean. What do you mean the same with her? I'll always be the same with her no matter what. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I mean, listen, you can never say never. What? He says, I mean, listen, you can never say never. I mean, but maybe if we were still alive and there were no Louis in the picture, I don't know. We'll see. So basically, he says, never say never. I mean, maybe if we're still alive when Louis basically goes. So this is Juicy's plea to Teresa. You actually want her back? I mean, these are his words. Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. Don't listen to Gia's podcast. I appreciate when people send me clips from all these podcasts I don't listen to, but man, you guys listen to every fucking podcast there is out there. So there you go. Juicy's plea to Teresa. I don't know. Anyone else upset? I'm not. I'm upset at the actual lie detector. That's what I'm upset about. The actual physical thing because it doesn't feel real. And I don't believe that's a real thing. And these are real results that they read. I just don't fucking buy it. Sorry. Don't get me riled up. One more topic before we go. All right. Oh God, what topic do you want? You know what topic I want? David Bedore. We might as well stick with this with the OC. These people are all fucking crazy. These people are all fucking crazy. Uh, David and Leslie Bedore, there have been babies born. There has been so much he said, she said. There are abuse claims and this type of claim and that type of claim and more abuse claims. Eh, I'm starting to think this isn't real either. Every other day, there's this one is calling off, that one is calling off, this one is calling off, that so they had a divorce, then it was called off, then they got it back together, then it was called off again, then it was, I mean, so the latest thing is abuse claims, and we're talking like, Shannon and this and that, and just like police, and it seemed like it got really stalking and restraining orders. And now, after all that, David has dropped the divorce filings. I mean, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry. These people are all certifiably crazy. I cannot imagine that I am filing for divorce and she's just as bad, this Leslie Bedore, because she's called it off and he's called it off and they're all calling it off. And then there's abuse claims and then they're getting back together. And now the divorce is off again. When there are abuse claims, kind sir, when there are abuse claims, kind sir and kind ma'am, what what could occur that you want to call off the divorce? I know. Is it money? Is it cheaper to keep her? That's what someone said in the comments. Cheaper to keep her, which is also like actually very sexist in a lot of ways. But let me not get on that soapbox today. So I don't know. I read this about David Dora and I'm like, you're all fucking literally certifiably crazy. Okay. This is a bonus quick hit because we'd only do two a week usually, although I could start doing one every day. We will talk about this episode that just aired on the OC as well as other things tomorrow on Patreon. Just thought I'd jump on here because we never really talked about the actual lie detector. This season of the OC is annoying me. But in a way, I guess it's good because I'm not team anyone. I guess that's how Housewives used to be, a true ensemble. In that sense, it's accomplishing what it needed to. It still feels like old school Housewives. So for that, I applaud them. I really do. I mean, I that's what makes me kind of still like this season of the Housewives. Anyway, guys, love you all. I am truly really now headed to LA for 2 weeks. I have to see Sarah Fraser. That's not why I'm going, but let's see Sarah. Now that she's pregnant, she wants to eat at like 2 p.m. and go to bed. And I want to eat at 2 p.m. as well because I keep East Coast hours. So love you all. Tomorrow, Patreon, OC. There you go. That lie detector, I think we needed to talk about. And yes, there's a lot of other things happening on the OC. I'm very well aware of them. We're going to get to them all, but I just wanted to take this moment to focus exactly on that. And I really do think producers fucked her over. And I really am curious. It's a real question. Answer it in the comments. Who is the biggest liar on the OC? Because I'm not sure. Is it Katie? I'm not quite sure she's number one. We have lots of others. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.